afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, straight here from Semois in the darkness. There is a slight fog or a mist across the battlefield. We shall be watching Gravemouth fighting for the Wehrmacht, taking on the fight for the 352nd Infantry Division. Opposing him shall be Blackdolphin, which sounds alright, I suppose. Fighting for the United States, rolling out for the 3rd Infantry Division, taking on the freshly trained 352nd Infantry, which was one of the more central divisions to the whole Normandy defense for quite some time. One of the divisions that lasted long. It was the one that held Omaha Beach, much to the surprise of the Americans, as they were actually expecting something a lot less good. More specifically, expecting a fortress division, which had been shifted away. Instead, they encountered a division which was actually being prepared for the Eastern Front, which rather caused the Americans some consternation. Also note here, spread out here on the Pioneers and Engineers. Note Gravemouth very much going straight for this area, and the high munitions actually ignoring this bit. So that's definitely a bit of a break in how you normally see this map being handled. Definitely interesting. And we also see barbed wire going up here for Mr. Gravemouth. Rather than heading up the central road, Fulton is going to do the same. Of course, going to connect all of this territory. So far so good, and already there Gravemouth will be getting a bit of a VP countdown on Mr. Blackdolphin. So advancing a bit there towards the centre, points being secured, wire continues to be laid down. Blackdolphin rather ignores that. I mean, usually you don't see Americans even making the same effort to protect this, because to a certain extent they're not quite as vulnerable. Of course, they're not quite as hugely dependent on fuel as the Germans are. Plus, of course, it's rare that the Germans will conduct a small raid up here because the units aren't quite as effective towards that. Whereas again, riflemen with the high capping speed, in particular in the early game, do have that benefit as well. And that, I imagine, is likely what Gravemouth is protecting himself against. That's riflemen, because again, engineers can just walk up, cut the wire, and then that's just all that effort wasted. And meanwhile, first engagement going up here, engineers versus the Volksgrenadiers, and already there one of the engineers goes down and is left behind, which rather brings that whole no man left behind business into light. Well, we technically didn't leave him behind. Well, we did, but shut up, Nazi. Anyways, points are being secured. Right, going in there, we could see another engagement going on here. Heading up into heavy cover. Going to get the drop there on the Volksgrenadiers, who are determined to take that munitions, and likely they won't suffer too much, though they definitely should get into cover. And there we go. Alternating up here. Very aggressive movement towards the north. He could have sent it in there, but apparently he will instead send the infantry in to support the efforts in the village of Semois. And meanwhile, we are seeing Blackdolphin doing the exact same thing. 2 rifleman squads now powering in on the Volksgrenadiers. Other squad moving in. Will they both be taking up position in the market square? And there we go. Taking up position by the outer wall of the market square. The Volksgrenadiers is being pushed further and further into it. Already one man is down. MG42 setting up to support the other Volksgrenadier squad going in there. Riflemen could expose themselves to the MG42, and we do see that Blackdolphin spots the MG42 in time and quickly pulls out there, disallowing Gravemouth to spring a bit of a nasty MG42 surprise there. We do see a swift retreat there, wanting to get as far away from it and into a more solid position where they can't be as deviously outflanked by the Hun. And meanwhile, forces also being dispatched north. The Pioneers up here will likely run into a bit of a problem. And there we go, one rifleman down, MG42 setting up. And we're already seeing a pretty aggressive flank going in from Blackdolphin, heading around the northern part of the church. Of course, the Volksgrenadiers can then try to focus them down. But already here in the first few initial minutes of the game, we are seeing a lot of aggressive play. And there we go, the Volksgrenadiers are moving in to intercept the rifle and ensure the MG42 will be safe. Thankfully, Blackdolphin does not have any grenades, so this could have gone very much more ugly. And there we go, the riflemen simply taking huge losses to the Volksgrenadiers. Several men dead. Pioneers retreating as the north collapses. South seeing some minor engagements, but so far most of the fighting is in the centre. And there we go, we are seeing Blackdolphin conducting a retreat, and we're seeing a 3 Volksgrenadiers MG so far start from Gravemouth, giving him quite a bit of firepower, quite a bit of infantry, and allowing him some flexibility in movement. And again, if you can utilize this properly, you can actually do quite a bit of damage to Blackdolphin, and actually push him back. So nice to see that. Pioneers down south are losing to the engineers down there. Volsker squad might want to take up position initially to hold up Blackdolphin's troops. Bravnia getting a few kills on the Volsker's MG, being pushed back into the church, kicking in those large oaken doors. And no, the Volskers did not make it into the houses, that the Riflemen did. So that was a bit of a miss right there by Gravemouth, I think. Both pioneers back in the base. We're seeing more on the way here for Gravemouth. Volskers continue to fight against the Riflemen. The Riflemen closing in, but they've already taken some damage. The Volskers could win this. Riflemen are at half health, and we're in fact seeing the squad leader still alive, but which definitely gives them the advantage as more and more Riflemen are dropping. Again, the squad leader rifle, that single shot Sturmgewehr he is equipped with, gives the Volkskanadiers a slight advantage at range, but overall, and more importantly, it gives them a slight advantage when you actually get more together, because again, if you can then focus a squad, more of these squad leader assault rifles can sort of give you a small advantage, since they do considerably more damage and are more accurate, and thus overall have a higher DPS, that is known. So that is something to consider. Of course, the problem is he's also one of the gentlemen who tends to die the first in an engagement, but in this case he seems to have been surviving for some time. Robin here pushing up MG42 from the... No, he's actually set up behind the church. Clever little thing there. Blackdolphin trying to flank. Sniper out for Gravemouth. So 3 Volskers. MG sniper. Very heavy tier 1 there from Gravemouth, but if you can leverage it correctly, it can pay off. And we're now seeing grenades going in from Blackdolphin. He wants a few pineapples down. Gravemouth's mouth. And barbed wire going up here to deny cover. Knock that off, Hans. I don't need to know you're streaming. I thought I'd turn off those announcements. Oh well. MG setting up, sniper there getting off a nice kill. Volskers going up to position in the church, likely to deny it to someone. MG setting up, sniper will continue. Grenade going off there. Volskers taking some losses, but not fully. Raven continue to advance, and there we go. The engineers getting caught in front of the MG42. Could they go down? No. Doesn't look like it, though it was close. 6 kills so far on the German shelf. Schütze, Rifleman moving up there, wiring off a lot of bits here now. Gravemouth is doing that, is good. He is trying to make it harder for his opponent to maneuver about and also to gain cover. That is very good. Very good wire positioning. Mines going up as well. Minesweeper's already in case. That Blackdolphin has got mines up. Really good foresight there by Gravemouth. Thinking ahead. Not thinking about just what's going on at the very current moment. And also seeing the MG42 being used to flank up there. Medkit equipped by the looks of it as well. Sniper following up, leading the MG. And Rifleman likely to get a shot right there in the face. MG caught right in cover. Bait sniper, of course, then proceeding to bait in the Rifleman as well. Nice little combination right there. And the Rifleman getting caught on the middle of the road now. Negative cover, and they are taking punishing casualties. Being rushed off there. Engineers, oh, apparently Blackdolphin has not expected the barbed wire, and of course he just clicked there. And instead now, of course, he's had to take in there, but he could soon be thrown off by a few Volkskanadiers. Click bags on the way there, and we are seeing a supply out likely. Blackdolphin shall then head for the armoured car. And an enemy unit just got cut down right there for Blackdolphin. Attempting to barbed wire there. Mines as well. Needs to be careful. Of course, he has grenades, so he could easily just lob it there and set it off. Pioneers taking losses. Rifleman continuing up. Mine was not finished. Rifleman heading up to hit the flank. Lovely. Lovely. Mine goes off there, killing more Rifleman. Nice move there from Blackdolphin. Heading in through the north, trying to infiltrate, in fact. Because there were no units there, and that only means that a strategic punch could provide cover. And as long as Blackdolphin avoided those, he could actually sneak up on Gravemouth. That was really nicely done there. Nicely done. Ultimately, though, he wasn't quite able to get the full effect that he wanted, but still he was actually able to do a lot of damage. He was ultimately able to force Gravemouth to abandon most of the village. Nice job there. The mine certainly helped Gravemouth a bit, but again, he should have had something here as well. A few more mines or something to cover that flank, but that did not happen. Blackmouth took advantage of it. He infiltrated, and he did well. Splendid work right there from Blackdolphin. Motor pool now going up there. Fresh troops being pushed forwards. Gravemouth needs to quickly repopulate the front line, since he's only got a few Volkskanadiers holding up the line, and they are a bit worried about it. Feldwebel? Ja, was ist? Where's everybody else? They're just back for some coffee. They'll be here soon. And Gravemouth now launching forward now with grenadiers as well, providing with some extra serious firepower. Volkswagen's abandoned the church. He's apparently a bit worried that Blackdolphin might grenade him, so he's getting a bit edgy, a bit nervous, jumping out, in and out. There we go, sniper fire, bunker going up, and I really, grenade, and this time he actually dodges it. But I like this bunker placement. This is a good bunker placement, like you're going to be a medic bunker, and you must like, well, Dane, why is this a good medic bunker placement? Because in case of on-map artillery, the church will absorb most of the fire, unless for some bizarre reason Blackdolphin decides to place the artillery down here or up here. And it doesn't usually where the artillery comes from is here or here, which means the church will pretty much absorb all of the fire, meaning this bunker is going to be a lot harder to take out with any sort of artillery, meaning he has to get closer. We're now also seeing defensive doctrine. Not entirely sure I'm a huge fan of that. He doesn't have enough territory to really pay that off with, but there you go. Still, medic bunker up, that is good, and again it's going to be very difficult for Blackdolphin to clear this out. Volksgrenadiers moving forwards. Greyhound out. Interestingly enough, there's only a single pack at the moment. Of course, he was a bit late with that, which is actually quite interesting. Usually you would have figured he would go for that first, considering he's only seen grenades, so still that would be buying him some time. There's always those sort of considerations you have to keep in mind. How much could a grenade or sticky bomb or be so forth delay any further things, like a Greyhound. Fortunately, then the Riflemen soon find themselves deterred by Bart Y again. Bart Y can actually do a lot for you if you know how to utilize it. And there we go, Greyhound takes a nice hit from the Panzerabwehrkanone 38. 50mm gun. Was really great in the start of the war. Much better than the 37mm gun, but as of course the war progressed, armor got thicker, it rather came to short, and it was actually replaced by the Pack 40 largely. It might have been a few divisions, in fact, in Normandy, which were equipped with it, but those were usually very much second or third rate units. Volkswagen continue to hold up the church. Sniper continues to do as well a bit of damage there. Medic bunker up. Robin here taking some punishment. Rifleman suffering a bit lightly. MD42 setting up. Will it be enough? Will the Rifleman be able to get up? And we're seeing for the final lamp pop up. We're seeing artillery, or hearing it come in. Down here, close to hitting the pack. Actually, Rifleman squad went down. Blackdolphin is taking some nasty losses. Pack got wrecked. That's actually quite devastating right there for Gravemouth, since that will allow the armored car to really wreak havoc, and he's got himself another sniper. I don't think that was necessarily a good move, but we can see, of course, see how that will work out. But still, it won't really stop the armored car, which I rather think is the primary point of concern at the moment for Gravemouth. We do see a Panzerfaust going up, but he's very much lacking in munitions at the moment. For the fatherland, and a medic bunker tends to be rather expensive in that degree. So of course he'll have to wait now for the pack to come out to replace the one he lost. Definite shame there. We do see some Riflemen up here taking a bit of punishment from Gravemouth's second sniper. And here running into a bit of problem. Pack being finally made ready and rushed forward. So also note here, in fact, Gravemouth was very worried that we'd see, well, it's not something you see very often, but still, you see some players preparing for it. That is, Greyhound rushing into the base and then laying down a Greyhound mine in front of the Krieg barracks. The trick to avoiding that is a mine right in front of yourself. So when the Greyhound moves in to try and do it, it hits a mine itself. But still interesting to see. A remnant of earlier play, but again, due to the fact that the counter became so prevalent, you really don't see a lot of American players even bothering, but still, sometimes it actually can do you a lot of good. And one should not overall underestimate the Greyhound mine. It is still quite powerful, and for 50 munitions, I mean, it can wipe out an entire squad if you know what you're doing, and of course you can also do it to make a slight, booby-trapping, for example, an abandoned anti-tank gun. But basically what then happens with the Greyhound mine, or with Panzer Elite players, they can do the same with the Tiller miners, although that works a lot better because the infantry won't trigger it. But you then, when they then recruit it, the mine will then go off usually, and you'll lose, of course, the unit recruiting it, the anti-tank in itself usually as well, and possibly even the troops were still alive, you know, after the rest of the squad. So that is something a bit there as well. Volkswagen versus the Rifleman now also upgraded with Browning automatics. Good job there for Blackdolphin. But I do believe it is time for the mid-game analysis. Sadly, one gets periods with it. Anyways, currently Gravemouth status is he needs to shore up at least one of his flanks. That is either this way or this way. This one would though work considerably better. He needs to fortify it, lay out, and have some troops to actually keep an eye on what's going on. He also needs to consider actually moving up the tech ladder, although getting veterans is now of course going to be a nice thing, but he might want to consider getting either some armoured cars or some panzers or stooks, something very soon. He also needs to work out a bit better with his packs because he's not quite doing as well with them as he could. In particular, he needs to be careful trying to hunt the armoured car with a pack. That can be a bit problematic, to put it mildly. For the other hand, we're seeing Blackdolphin now really having a nice map domination, controlling the flanks, again keeping Gravemouth within the village and pretty much this part of the map, doing so rather nicely. Of course, not without its issues. He's currently keeping up the pressure, he's getting more upgrades. Of course, he's also suffering some nasty losses, so a medic station might help him a bit with keeping some of those losses down, otherwise he's going to need to replace them. And he might also want to consider moving towards getting perhaps a bit of armour to keep up the pressure that way, or a weapon support center, getting a mortar or something otherwise, you know, to keep up the pressure. Basically, though, keep up the pressure, keep attacking Gravemouth from every possible angle in the village, keep up the pressure and allow and disallow Gravemouth to actually build up a solid defense anywhere. So, let's actually return to the fighting. And back to fighting. The Volkswagen pushed away. At the same time, nice little movement up here from Blackdolphin in north. He managed to sneak through here. A bit of a longer path and could actually set him in problems, since he's going to have to retreat one way, and that's going to be right past the Germans. And I don't think Gravemouth will be trying to create any new paths for him to move through. Oh dear, he just lost another infantry squad. Sniper team just wiped it out. That's quite unfortunate. Right from getting here caught. This is turning very, very ugly for Blackdolphin's infantry, and he's just laughing at it like a madman. Perhaps the sheer trauma has dislodged his sanity. Who knows? But of course, also note here in this case as well, the church will even absorb some of the off-map artillery. So again, placing a bunker straight up a building can have its advantages. Just saying. And now the Rifleman, of course, going to get hunted down by the snipers. Volkswagen's following up. You know, fire. Bit too slow there, and they might actually get away this time due to Gravemouth being a bit, I think, too cavalier. Bit of shame there, and there we go. Panzer takes up. I'm not entirely sure what he's doing there with the pack. He's actually allowing the armor car to escape. You generally don't go hunting with a pack. You should do that to already sort of cut off a territory deny movement, not, you know, again go hunting. That definitely was a considerable blunder in management there from Gravemouth. I'm pretty sure he must be cursing himself right there as well. A bit there and a bit there, allowing otherwise some good opportunities to give Blackdolphin a kick in the teeth, and failed. So that's a bit of an unfortunate event. I'm sure something Blackdolphin will try and capitalise on somehow, but we are seeing snipers now popping out. He's going to see if he can't catch a few crouch snipers in his sights, and of course, anyways, and of course Gravemouth will be a bit uncautious because again he doesn't know there's a sniper around, at least not for the time being, and never mind then. Now of course Gravemouth is aware there's a sniper around. Grenadiers here being a bit plucky. Despite knowing there's a sniper around, they are seemingly tempting fate. And there we go, pack opens up and misses. It misses Wild Cloak. Come on, Fritz. Where did you learn to shoot? Baden? Right, sniper sneaking up there, of course. Where now there's a sniper there, but they're still likely, in fact, using the buildings right here to avoid the snipers getting a direct shot on them. tearing out a few American lives there quite handily. No supplied upgrades though for Blackdolphin. You might want to consider some. Sturm armory up. We are seeing a heavy armoured car on the way there. 352nd receiving a bit of support from the 2nd Panzer Division. In this case, lending some of its reconnaissance units. Your 352nd received a lot of support. A lot of battalions were attached to it. A lot of different units, and also basically the entire sector they controlled during the initial days. They actually could take replacements from any German unit inside there. That is, anyone on leave, anyone on vacation, for that matter, which I suppose is largely the same thing. Any Reichsarbeitsdienst units, any Luftwaffe, anything like that. And the 352nd could actually use them as replacements. And we also see the pack is unguarded and actually going to get cleared out. This is definitely turning out to get very, very ugly for Gravemouth. I'm not entirely sure what's going on right here. This seems very, very awfully curious. A lot of mistakes all of a sudden being committed right here by Gravemouth, and it's turning a bit unpleasant. And what's more, he's lacking in something that can actually deal with the armoured car. Once more, giving Blackdolphin free reign on it. And we at the same time are also seeing a howitzer being prepared. This is really, really turning ugly for Gravemouth. As all of a sudden the small mistakes he's making are simply exploding in his face. Although Blackdolphin needs to be careful he doesn't move his armoured cars straight into his own artillery. That would be a bit of a shame. And these snipers here needs to be... Christ, this is getting a bit close in so many ways. Some of the closest shaves I've seen in some time. One would almost think they're dealing with a... with Parkinson's. And we could see the armoured car go down. And there's a Stuke on the way. Panzer's here flying. Panzerfaust might go off as well. There we go. Armoured car simply just running around trying to get the infantry cleared out. There we go, another Panzerfaust. Can the Panzer connect? No, the armoured car goes out of control. The Greyhound scores another kill, gaining veterancy too. This is... oh dear. Oh, the rubbish luck. But there you go, finally a Stuke. And what we're seeing here, that Blackdolphin is stealing away the anti-tank gun as well. Clever move. Sniper pricking a bit away there. The German infantry snipers coming up. They need to be careful though. They do not run into the Greyhound mine. That could be a very painful experience. But yeah, not picked up there by the Grenadiers. Come on, Schnell. And there we go, Stuke rolling up. Grenadiers pulling away, getting into the ditch and then beyond. No veterancy for the Sturmgeschütz as of yet. And currently can't seem to hit the broadside of a barn. And a bit of artillery likely being fired here. Nope, being fired straight towards the market square and likely the medic bunker nearby, hoping to catch any Huns. But no, the market square is largely empty except for a bit of bric-a-brac. Rifleman swing up. Bit of a bold move there. Snipers quickly tear out a bit. And of course we are seeing that Blackdolphin is taking good care of Gravemouth's Panzerabwehrkanone. Bit of a shame there. And 352nd did have its own Stukes, a small company. It was supposed to have Marders, but it could not receive those. Instead it got Stukes, which was a rarer occurrence, but actually it happened. The exact opposite happened with the 17th SS, which was supposed to have Jagdpanzer IV for its tank destroyer company, but couldn't get it, so instead it got Marders. Of course, it also had a battalion of Stukes, which was supposed to be its Panzer battalion. So again, I mean, by 1944, there were a bit of problems there for the Wehrmacht in getting what they were needed. And the Grenadiers here are running into an awful lot of problems. Pack got one, Sniper got another. Grenadiers need to get out of there. And we do see a small grenade going off here and killing one poor bastard. And Stuke moving in, going in for the killer. Greyhound firing away. Bit of a bold maneuver there by Blackdolphin, and also a very bold maneuver by Gravemouth. I think he might be trying to get the house, but at the same time he's leaving his Stuke very vulnerable. I think he's willing to sacrifice it. The question is there any guarantee he will actually get the howitzer? And more to the going in there. We're seeing For the Fatherland pop up there. Stuke blasting away. down to half health, and of course the Greyhound with veterans who can easily penetrate the rear of the Stug. Rather than moving up with sticky bombs, we do see veterans 1, and we see it actually get cleared out, but he's not destroying it. He's not destroying it. Too late. Gravemouth realizes the error, and already now it's taking more and more damage. He will not be able to finish it. What a shame, what a shame. Stug wasted. Of course, the howitzer got decrewed, but it can still fire, it can still do damage, and we see another Greyhound out there for Gravemouth, but again, Gravemouth is once more vulnerable to the armoured car. He's getting a bit desperate, he's making several mistakes now. And once more we can see here that the Greyhound will basically be moving in and causing Gravemouth and the 352nd a lot of trouble, a lot of pain.
Enemy unit down.
And there we go, counter snipe from Blackdolphin, ending the life of Hans Fritz, a small hunter from the forests of I don't know, Silesia. And Grenadiers are getting sniped a bit there. Mortar going in. 2 snipers now for Blackdolphin. Greyhound waiting to do something up in the north. But what is, though, is less clear. Greyhound armoured car moving in. For what purposes? I wonder. Might try to go after that armoured howitzer. And could even get a sniper or 2, but no, seems to care. Not anti-tank gun ready. Again, having actually gotten it healed and everything. Blackdolphin really taking good care of his armoured car, anti-tank gun. Also, of course, the armoured car. This is actually looking a bit bad right there for Gravemouth. He keeps on trying to suicide units, and he just doesn't quite get enough out of it. Usually end up hurting himself more than he benefits. So that is definitely a bit of a shame right there. Will the armoured car be able to escape the pack and the Greyhound? Looks like it. A bit lucky there. But no, the Greyhound has its prey. It quickly zooms in, and 50 caliber actually damages the engine. Oh, bad news for Gravemouth. And there we go. Main gun gets the armor car, finishes it off. And once more again, we see that Gravemouth is very much vulnerable to the Greyhound. Again, he wasted his Stug. His pack has been stolen by the Americans. I mean, he's not really doing well, and he's just making it so easy for this Greyhound to just cause absolute havoc. And now we're also seeing Rangers arriving. I do believe dying is not a bug, but there you go. Rather than pushing up here against the Grenadiers, Grenadiers might want to consider getting out of there if Gravemouth is actually paying attention up then. He's not too focused down here. Sniper fire. Rangers moving in. Sniper going on there from the Rangers, but the Rangers sniper's actually awfully close to the Rangers. Grenadiers retreating, and up north the Grenadiers there got wiped out. That's bad news. And we are finally seeing another Stug popping out. We're also noting here that Gravemouth is starting to run out of infantry. The losses are really beginning to hurt him. And it still seems like one poor bastard of a Volksgrenadier is trapped here. I'm not entirely sure how he managed it. But he's sort of like, help guys, I seem to be stuck behind this bunker. Hello? Anybody? And there we go, he's finally free. Finally, I am free. Sort of. I'm still in the Wehrmacht, and I'm still supposed to fight the enemy or I'll get shot, so not so free anyways, but on the bright side, no more concrete.
What are my coordinates? Yes, sir.
There we go, waiting for the infantry to catch up, and we're seeing another Stug out. Good, looks like Gravemouth is preparing for some sort of more sensible armoured assault. Artillery going in, very close. Had he not moved there, he would have, well, been blasted. And there we go, getting off a nice hit on the Greyhound. Grenadiers moving in from the south. Volksgrenadiers moving in from the north, getting sniped though. Could see the Greyhound going down. MG setting up. Might want to get a bit closer. And there we go, snipers taking a few shots. Volksgrenadiers Stug moving in, taking a northbound path. Rangers getting suppressed. Not entirely sure now what it is. He might be trying to get that pack and finish it off. Doesn't quite succeed. More infantry rushing in. It looks like he's going in after that howitzer again. He wants to finish it off. He wants to end this. sniper stalk forwards.
Hold the initiative.
And quickly get a few of the MG gunners. And there we go. Stuke is in the base of Blackdolphin. And there we go. The Stuke avenges his brother.
Unit down.
And all the other ones slayed by this howitzer. The crew itself is a bit crispy. Second Ranger Squad being pulled in. Third Infantry Division being supported by a Ranger Battalion, it seems. Stuke pulling away there. Stuke here damaged, half health. And Gravemouth again having a bit of trouble holding up the front line. He's lagging a bit more. Perhaps a mortar or a Nebelwerfer would help him a bit, in particular against that anti-tank gun and the snipers for that matter, which are rather proving to be a bit of his bane, since he was a bit uncautious with his own snipers. Could the Greyhound go down? Apparently not. And there we go, Pack firing away. New sniper, nope, not a new one, but needs to be careful. Oh, Pack got it and gains veterancy too. Oh, the bastard. Definitely bad news for Gravemouth and the 352nd. And an actual American anti-tank gun popping out.
What are my coordinates?
3 victory points now in the hands of Blackdolphin, heading back to Gravemouth. Snipers getting a few Volksgunners there, and the Greyhound then adding in for the fun. It as well, veterancy too. And these Volksgunners definitely need to get out. They got a sniper, but he might lose his own. There we go, spotted. Just ever briefly. No, he's retreating. And the American sniper missed. That was very close. German infantry having success in pushing back the Rangers in the north. As more anti-tank guns are being rushed up to form a more solid defensive line against armor in the center of the village. Troops are reinforcing.
We have 300 points left.
And oh dear, that was an entire Grenadier squad, I think. Yup. Apparently he's also been training new Volksgrenadiers, rather curiously enough. And we're finally seeing a Nebelwerfer out. We also see here that Gravemouth is a bit upset he did not get any smoke. But seems to be taking it all in good humour. And there we go, looks like Gravemouth gave up. Bit interestingly, I think he could still have won it, but he apparently decided otherwise. Overall, the problem for Gravemouth was partly his utter suicidal attempt on getting that howitzer, which rather cost himself with units, but also his poor utilization of the pack right here, which lost him one there, and then the second then actually handed over to the opponent, where it actually ended up doing more good for his opponent's army than his own army, which is a bit sad. The Medibank here was a nice choice, but the problem was there was no actual real mines there from Gravemouth in longer run, and again he's rather kept this bit open, which again allowed Blackdolphin to sneak in and do some considerable harm. Also again, I don't really think he got much out of that defensive doctrine. Overall, I think he would have benefited more from another doctrine like Blitzkrieg or Terror. Blitzkrieg would have provided him with a few stormtroopers, perhaps Stu 42 would have done a bit more overall against Blackdolphin's forces. But there you go, that's just my opinion. But I hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, why not subscribe, tell your friends. If you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own, provide some feedback in the comments. All such is welcome. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers, and of course remember to keep your flank secure.